Good morning. So we stayed at this cute little French cheese company, the Blue Heron, in Tillamook, Oregon. We came in late last night, so we didn't get to see these pretty views until we woke up. It's really pretty scenic here though. It's a cute spot. They have a little farm. They make brie here. They've got all kinds of fun things in the store. We got some breakfast here too. It's really yummy. I got a brie and blackberry jam croissant. Oh, so tasty. Sorry, I forgot to film it for you. They've also got some fun animals over here. These roosters started making noise around 5 a.m. this morning. Made it a little hard to sleep. All kinds of fun things. Maybe a little llama or an alpaca. I'm not really sure the difference yet. Got some ducks over there. A couple roosters. And even a goat if you look close in that little hut. Too cute. Uh-oh, somebody's yelling at me. Wow, how pretty. Such a cool spot. Very impressed. Another fun harvest toast. We're gonna head out. We've got a long day ahead. We're gonna try to head south. Quite a bit south, so driving should be about 6 hours today. We'll see how it goes. We're just making our way down the coast of Oregon this morning, and it was raining, and then all of a sudden we got some hail. Luckily we were only in it for a second, but the road is covered, so there must have been quite a bit of it around here. Hopefully it didn't damage anything. To pull over because these views are too good. So pretty. Waves are pretty big. So far we are pretty impressed with the 101.
Everybody has their job, 9 to 5, and getting drained. They settle for second best, scared to risk what the future might be.
Got some pretty wild weather here in Oregon along the 101. It's hailed on and off probably 4 or 5 times now, enough to where it leaves a little bit of a sheeting on the road. Luckily the hail's not much. I wouldn't even say it's quite pea-sized, so hopefully no damage to the truck or solar panels or anything. Right now we're stopped off the side of 101, parked underneath a tree. Kind of see those pellets there. Then you can see the hail accumulating in the road. It almost looks like snow or slush. And actually when we were pulling over to get in this spot, it was enough that the truck slid a little bit, so definitely acts the same. Hopefully this weather lets up for us in a little bit. We've still got about 4 hours and 32 minutes of driving, is what the GPS says, until we get to our spot for the night. So we'll have to endure it a little bit longer.
It's about 1:30 and we finally found some sun. Thank goodness. No more hail, hopefully.
I hold my breath, waiting for someone to knock at my door, telling me there is more waiting for me.
We ended up driving well into the evening, mostly in the rain. But the foggy coastline was still a sight to see.
If I love you harder than I've ever done before, oh, maybe I belong somewhere above the water. My lungs are tired from running for a long time. My feet got blisters, but maybe I belong.
We made it into California just before sunset, ironically, with the clouds parting as we neared the state line. Good morning! So we're coming to you this morning from California. We crossed over the border last night and just stayed a little bit into the state, so we're not very far in. But today we are going to explore a lot of the Redwoods parks. So there are state parks and a national park. I didn't really realize that before we got here. But there are several state parks. I think 3 of them that are pretty well known, if not more, and 1 national park. So the group of parks are all pretty close together. So first we're headed to Jedediah Smith State Park, which has a pretty scenic drive. There's lots of hikes, but it's pretty rainy today, and since we're gonna try to hit most of the parks today, it's gonna involve a lot of driving, so I don't think we're gonna do any hikes at this first park. But we're pretty excited. We'll keep you posted with what we see. Right now we're in Jedediah Smith Redwood State Park, and we're doing one of the scenic drives here on, I think it's Howland Hill Drive, and it's so beautiful. These trees are massive. It's pretty cool. It's just slightly over a 1-lane, I would call it a dirt road. Would you?
Yeah, there's some gravel that was there at one point, but there's been a lot of rains and other things before the county's put new rock on it. So there's rock there, it's just under a layer of dirt.
Yeah, and I think when we came in there was even a sign that said it's no longer, from this point forward it's not a county maintained road, so I don't know if maybe the park just takes it over or...
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's really crazy. It's just a teeny tiny tight road that we barely fit through. There, you got room on my side if you need it. You still got more room. You're good. Over here. Wow. Oh, yep, this might be tough too. Oh, plenty of room over here. Oh, now we got a vehicle coming. So a little challenging. I can't imagine doing this drive on a Saturday or in the summer when it's peak season, because just having a couple of cars to drive past is a bit challenging, to say the least. But it's definitely just incredible to see these old growth trees. They've seen a lot of years.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
Look at that big stump. That's huge. It's like bigger than the car.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah, I'd say it's like 15 feet in diameter or so. It's huge.
That's crazy.
And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within.
We're on our way to the next park. The next park we're going to is Prairie Creek Redwoods State Park. We're we're hoping to do some hiking there, and I think we're gonna have another scenic drive, a slightly less adventurous scenic drive on our way there. So we'll see.
Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all.
So we're at the Prairie Creek Redwood State Park. We were hiking a short trail and came across a pretty awesome tree. They call this the Big Tree. It's a very fitting name for it. It says it's got a tree trunk diameter of 23.7 feet. Thing's huge, and says it's about 1,500 years old. However, this isn't even the biggest or oldest tree in the forest, as indicated by this sign over here. We've got the sign pointing towards the Big Tree, and then we have another one saying it goes towards even bigger trees. So we'll have to go find those even bigger trees.
Sadly, most of our hiking footage looks pretty grainy, probably because of the dark skies and rain. Hopefully you'll still enjoy it though.
I bet that made a thump when it fell. All right, we've been continuing on the trail looking for the even bigger trees, and we've got a tree tunnel. Almost looks like it's made out of several trees. Pretty cool. Fun fact of the day, actually in the Redwood Forest, parts of Jurassic Park and Star Wars were filmed here. I can definitely see why. There's lots of exotic looking ferns and all these gigantic trees. Sure make it feel out of this world.
This is a big bridge for a little creek.
Maybe it gets bigger when it rains. One cool thing about the redwoods is that their bark is hardy enough to even withstand wildfires. You can see that this tree has definitely been singed on the outside. Black marks going a third of the way up it, but it still looks alive and well. Something catastrophic happened to this redwood. I'm not sure, maybe a giant came and hit it, but it left behind some pretty cool wood shards. This looks like it can make like $1,000 table or bench or something. There's moss everywhere.
Yeah.
So we're still hiking in the Redwood Forest. We've been hiking for what seems like many hours. Darkness was starting to fall, and I was beginning to doubt Rachel's map navigational skills. But alas, we're pointed towards the road, and I can just now start to see the truck. So it looks like we'll survive another night. Do you have any commentary?
I'm just glad it worked out.
Yeah.
Starting to get a little nervous.
Well, now you're just wearing that smug little smile.
But now.
Hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align, we lose track of time. Head up high, now we climb. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes.
Good afternoon. So today we're coming to you guys from the 101. We're heading south. We got up this morning and woke up to some sunshine and blue skies, which we haven't had in at least 7 days. So we're very excited about it. But this morning we were still at the Redwoods. We stayed in one of the state parks campgrounds. And we have headed south and we're making our way towards wine country. So we've had some pretty views and lots of sunshine. We have just a little bit longer, maybe another hour, hour and a half, and we should be there. So stay tuned. We're excited.
Undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all. A bigger scale, the world inhales as we go.
We've about made it to our destination, but we had to stop and get some gas for the good price of $4.94 a gallon. Isn't that sad that that's a good price? At least out here it is. But we're just maybe 20 or 30 minutes away from where we're going to stop for the night, and should be able to go in for a wine tasting, hopefully. Pretty excited. It's been a sunny day. The sun has followed us all the way here, which we're really excited about. And we found some dry, arid weather. You can definitely tell it's gotten drier. So we'll keep you posted. We're almost there. All right, we just pulled into Nelson Winery, and it's already so pretty. We're really excited. Can't wait. Ready to leave. We had a lovely stay. Didn't film too much yesterday because we got in a little bit later and had to do our tasting pretty quickly before they closed up at 5. Did that and got to our spot and just relaxed a little bit yesterday evening and this morning. But we're gonna run some errands and then head to our next destination.
And one day she said, write me a love song, 'cause I know you'll make it beautiful. And maybe I'll call you my sweetheart, and promise nobody can steal me away. Then I am yours, 'cause I want you and I wanted you to know.
Our second winery was Alta Orsa, a beautiful organic winery in the hills of Duncan Peak. The winemaker Martin was kind enough to give us a tour of the property and spend some time with us as we did our tasting in the vineyards. We decided not to film much of our experience here, instead just being present and soaking in the ambience. It felt magical there, and better yet, the wines were fantastic.
And then he said, I wrote you a love song, and I tried to make it beautiful. It's a song about your sweet, sweetheart, and how nobody can steal me away. Yeah, I am yours, 'cause I want you and I wanted you to know. As he sang, she started to dance, grabbed his arm and took his hand. He held her close under the moonlight as they kept on dancing.
Martin, thanks again for the lovely stay. We have nothing but warm memories of Alta Orsa, and we'll definitely be ordering some wine in the future. At least once we have more room to store it.
And they sing it kind of beautiful, calling each other sweetheart. I promise nobody can get in their way or steal the show. They're in love now, and I wanted you to know.
We're at the Mayo Winery doing our tasting. Rachel's getting to try the first wine.
Yeah, so this is the Sparkling Brut. Give it a go. Cheers. That's nice. I'm trying the Merlot this time. Let's see. Pretty good. Alright, so now we have an Orsa wine. I might be saying that very wrong, but we're going to give it a go. pretty smooth.
Here we've got the Cabernet Sauvignon from the Mayo Winery. This is one of the last wines in our wine tasting. I'm excited for it. It's been some pretty tasty wines. I'll go ahead and try it now.
So professional.
Very tasty. I still think I like the Pinot Noir better, but definitely a close contender.
We have our final wine we're tasting is a dessert wine. I believe it's brandy finished. We'll see how it goes.
What do you think?
Tastes like brandy.
We lose track of time. Head up high, now we climb. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoe.
We hadn't realized how grand and upscale many of the wineries are in Sonoma and Napa Valley. I'm so glad we experienced the area in the way that we did, though, visiting a few smaller wineries instead of the large estates that require reservations and big spending. Our visits felt so much more personal, and what an experience to wake up next to the vineyards. I've got to say, those hills really felt alive.